Thanks, Saeed. Mark?
Really, I'd like to start where Saeed left off and talk about, as you asked, what does Ethernet mean to our business? Well, my company, Overture Networks, is in the business of providing carrier Ethernet hardware, software, and services for service providers at the metro edge. And what does that mean? That's really that last mile of connectivity to businesses and to mobile towers and to data centers. And so what's been fascinating for us and what's really important, well, let me just back up. The reason Ethernet's important to us is because it's important to our customers. And what Saeed said is rings true with our customers, in that the service providers had come to us and said, we believe in Ethernet because we believe it's a way to deliver higher bandwidth at a lower cost per bit, and we can build it on a reliable ecosystem that's evolved. And what's been fascinating to watch is how Ethernet has evolved in the carrier space over these years. I mean, I remember the mid-'90s when there was this thing called transparent LAN service, and hopefully some of you guys remember that. But it was really run out of a couple of cowboy-operated service providers that really thought they could get a jump on some of the incumbents by delivering really high-speed connectivity in sort of fiber-rich areas in metropolitan cities. And that evolved, from small kind of competitive operators into the major operators. I remember Bell South had a service they called Nimly, and it was an Ethernet-based service where they deployed an enterprise switch in the central office, and they put little media converters out at the edge of the network. Well, this has really taken off, obviously, and evolved, to the point where there's, millions of connections around the world in Ethernet as a service. And it's amazing because it started off as dedicated point-to-point connections, often Ethernet over SONET, but it also simultaneously became a sort of dedicated Ethernet connection out to a building. But then as branch offices needed to come online with a corporate, overriding switched Ethernet service, then technologies like Ethernet over voice-grade copper came on board. And so, we have Ethernet over bonded copper now, Ethernet over T1s and E1s, and Ethernet over the air. There's microwave Ethernet technology now. And we really are at a place where the ether can be anything. And it's an amazing time. We now have Carrier Ethernet 2.0, which has really taken Ethernet to the next level in terms of classes of service, delivering multiple classes of service, manageable, performance-assured services, and then the ability for service providers to have a standard way to interconnect with each other around the world. So, all this really drives the need for Ethernet in our business.